Hey everybody, this is Mo Trader here, and today I'm coming in with a new idea, something that I've been noticing lately happening. I wanted to share this with you guys. First of all, before anything, I get a lot of emails. It's like, "Hey Mo, why you don't post content more often? Why you don't post videos? Why you don't post like those uh, watch lists, trade recaps, whatever?" First of all, every time I post something, I don't get the likes, I don't get the comments, I don't get the shares that I like on YouTube. So I don't post, but then when I don't post, people email me, is like, hey, or DM me on Twitter saying, hey, Mel, why are you not posting? And it's like, when I post, you guys don't do anything, but then when I don't post, you guys ask me for content. So let's just make this right, okay? Like, comment, subscribe, share if you like the content that I'm putting, because I want to know. This is the only feedback that I get. It's from you guys. I get views, but then I don't really know if you guys like the content, you didn't like the content, and what's going on in general. So let me know. The one thing that I want to talk about is I didn't trade today. I had some family issues last night. My wife ended up in the ER, so I was up late, and I didn't wake up this morning. So this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the gap ups and gap downs that we've been seeing lately, or at least I've been noticing here. So usually, what I look at in the stock is a stock that had a substantial move to the upside for a pullback, right? And yesterday we've seen TJX, and TJX closed red. Now, when it closes red, I'm not looking for a pullback. I'm actually looking for the other side of the move, which is going up, or going long on the stock potentially. Even though I don't really trade those, because I'm usually looking at gainers or whatever, but this is a way to look at it, and this is something that I've noticed. If this stock gaps up and it ends up red, okay, and at this point we have good earnings, so nothing is wrong with the stock, it just gapped up a lot. The next day we will see a green move, or uh, a move to the upside. So if we see this, usually if you guys know what I'm looking at, you'll see, okay, Mo, you would have shorted here. Yes, I would have shorted here. I would have captured some of the move. You can see I have my line there. That means it's a support or resistance coming from the daily, and I would have covered some, and then when it cracks more, I would cover some. So potentially I would have made a point to the downside. But here's the idea. When the stock comes down and it goes from red to green, okay, and it starts holding, most likely the stock will go the other way. Why? Because of the same idea. People are shorting all this, and now it went their way. Now they're actually adding to their positions, and then this thing starts holding lows, holding highs, and start trending up, and it goes from red to green. What do you end up with? A squeeze, even though it's not as fast as the low flow squeezes, but essentially you will get this, and you will get over a point. At this point, if you held through this, which is almost impossible, you will get way more, but you get the point. So this thing washes and then starts holding trend, and it goes from red to green. People will get squeezed. Now if we go to the other side, lows, for example, it gapped down, but it had a green candle, right? So it gapped down and then got bought back up. Obviously, uh, value investors here at this point looking at this was like, oh shit, this is a good buy right here, and they actually end up buying the stock, right? So they buy the stock actually bounces after it gapped down, which is usually, if the stock gaps up, it goes up, and if it gaps down, it goes down. And in these two scenarios, what happened is the exact reverse. For TJX, it gapped up and it washed, and for lows, it gapped down and it went up. So you will end up with this. Reason for this, Think about all these people thinking, okay, this thing's gonna go back and close the gap, whatever. The next morning, this thing loses the green and it goes red. What happens to it? Boom. It just washes. And you get this sharp wash right here, right? And we all know that stock go down way faster than they go up, especially for mid and big caps, not for low floats, because it can be the other way around when we're looking at something like Z-Sand this week. We've seen this going from for something 450s to 11, and then it comes down and it goes up. So I hope you got something out of this. Look at lows, look at TJX. Both did the exact opposite of what they're supposed to do, and the next day you will get the opposite of what they did the prior day. And this is what you need really to look at. And then you get something like HLF. HLF spiked, and then today you're looking at short, but then it didn't really do much, even though it traded 5.2 million shares and it was choppy. So you would have got this somewhere here maybe, and then you got stopped out, whatever, and then you held more and then stopped out again, whatever. This is a choppy action that I don't like to trade, but on good charts would be something like Etsy, I believe. No, yeah, Etsy. So Etsy gapped up, started holding highs, and then this thing loses it, and it doesn't really crack the lows, and then it goes green, starts holding, you get this spike, right? But still, this is not a clean move. And how do you know it's a clean move or not? Always look at the prior days. And this is a lot of people get stuck in, especially people that try to replicate my strategy. It's like, hey, like, why did you pick that and you didn't pick the other one? Reason being is, look at the prior day. Was the prior day clean? You can see a lot of wicks up and down, up and down, up and down. And this is when the stock had volume and wasn't interest that day. And look at this wash. Look, this is big, right? So why would I put myself in something like this where it has a lot of choppiness to it? So when it actually, the volume dries out a little bit, what happens to it? It actually becomes worse. So something like this, stay away from, right? Just look at the prior day. It's like, what did it do the prior day? Is it clean? It's not. Something like, believe, AXXN. Let's see here. What was that? The stock. AXN. Something like this. So you'll see a little bit of choppiness here, but then it kind of started going clean all the way up and then pulled back clean. So now the next day I'll be looking at the same thing almost, right? You go and you see that it's clean moves all the way up, all the way down, holding everything and respecting moving averages, respecting round numbers, and etc. So look at the prior day. So let's recap over what we talked about in this video. Watch those gap ups and gap downs, right? Lows and TJX. Track those, see if they work for you, see if you can see what I'm talking about. Second, look at the prior day for action. If the stock is choppy, let it go. It doesn't worth your time. Or have like a super big stop loss, a mental stop loss, of course. Let's see, right? Have like a super big stop loss, because if you get a candle like this where it drops almost a point or whatever from the highs, you don't get stopped out. I don't know what you're gonna have your stop loss, but sheesh, that was a nasty candle. So I hope you guys got some ideas of what I'm talking about here, and just notice red to green moves or green to red moves. They're really powerful, and try to think what the other side did or what the traders did the prior day, and try to see when that trader is going to freak out or when that trader is going to lock in profits. And this is how the psychology of trading works, right? Stock will go up, 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 up. It hits a point where the longs think it went too far, they want to take profits, and the shorts think that this thing went too far and needs to pull back. So everybody agrees to that point, and the stock pulls back. So thank you guys again. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing in these videos. Let me know if you like the content. Share on Twitter, on Facebook. Share with your friends. I don't know. Post it somewhere in the blog post, and let me know. Peace, guys.